Morning. Current scenes at the campsite. It's just after 7, so it's a very early start for me. Just about got everything packed up. Doesn't take long to put the tent away. And slept quite well, which is why I'm up so early. Just spin you around. Ooh, just let it fall over. It is bitingly cold because the sun's not up yet, really. And we're in the shade of the mountains. So, yeah, hike over 2 hills today to the metropolis of Ullapool. Looking forward to get to downtown Ullapool, sample the sights, get some real food. It was a very good camping spot this, so very quiet, nice sound of the river actually. Okay, that's not quiet, but it's a nice sound. So, keen to get up and away now and get installed into the campsite at Oykel. Medic! Feeling a bit like the hare in a greyhound race today. Quite a few acres behind me, mostly Dutch. Descending into the Dundonald area now, and then there'll be another 400 metre hill to climb over to get into the Loch Broom Glen, which Ullapool is situated at the end of. Where do we go here? Not into a fiesta. I think we're going up that hill quite steeply. Over this nice little bridge. I think I see the path. It must be that. Oh, this is shit. This is bloody awful. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yuck. It's steep and it's fucking muddy. Excuse my French. Oh dear. I feel like I'm just sighing into this camera all the time. That was horrible. It's really horrible. If you can imagine a really steep, muddy, churned up by cows, I think. I was going to say path. It looks good from here. This is where it started to get fairly civilised. But oh my god, that was horrible. 150 metres of that. It looks like it's turning into a hillside soon, so I'm all sweaty now. But it is only just after 10 in the morning, so it's really good. I'm quite chuffed because looks like I'll be able to get into Ullapool really early, and I'll basically have half a day there. All these other guys are quite a bit behind me now. I think one of them's injured, the English guy's injured. But they're all planning to spend all day today and tomorrow in Ullapool. So having a complete rest day tomorrow. And so are the other Dutch couple that I know. So they're all staying there for a full day tomorrow. some of them in hotels. Oh, to be in a hotel. And I just walked down the other hill there with a guy, an amateur photographer, who just got into his car. Imagine getting into a car. Leather seats. Switch the engine on. Press the pedal. Whoa. Oh, it's amazing how you really miss these feelings. I just can't imagine getting into a car right now and just having it move me at high speed. Oh my goodness. It's just been this pace for over a week now. One foot in front of the other. Been getting into zones when my legs are just moving and I'm not really like paying attention. My body's just hiking and I'm just along for the ride. I did start talking to myself. I find that happens on long hikes, usually about day 3. On this, it happened on day 1. Don't know if that's a good sign or not. It can either mean I got into the zone really early or descending into madness quicker. I also met a guy I met on day 1 up on the hill back there, which was really weird. The guy Carlos from New Zealand. We were both like, hey! Wow! And I was thinking, God, it was way back in Glenfinnan we met each other. A lot's happened since then. That was over a week ago. Right, next problem. A muddy gate. A fantastic view of Antellic. You can just make out one of the mountains from Fisherfield, area where I camped last night. What a place. What a hill. Oh, I keep stopping to look back at Antellic. What a spectacular mountain it is. 2 Munros on that. Lord Berkeley's seat as well. Fantastic. So I came up from that kind of light coloured grass to the right of the gorge down there. So I keep looking back and I still haven't seen any sign of our multinational group of Cape Wrath hikers. There's an American, there's a New Zealander, there's numerous Dutch. Anything else? Oh, and the Englishman. I didn't deliberately forget the Englishman. The English guy's got a problem with his ankle, unfortunately, so I'm just wondering if that's slowing him up, because it was really hard getting through that steep muddy farm bit. And there's also a track you could be fooled that well, you're on a track at first and you could actually keep going along that nice track without realising you've actually to go up the muddy hillside. So they might have done that as well. So, but neither, I mean, that's a long way back. So, and there was the 2 older Dutch guys, so I would expect to see them as well. I haven't seen anyone. And I'm sure I'm going the right way. So, this is what's ahead. Another nice looking gorge up there. But yeah, I don't know how far up you have to go to get over this hill, but I'm at 270 metres here. So I think it's 400, so I think I'm going up. I can see a wee bit of a path over there. At least, I was going to say at least it's drier, but it's not very good, to be honest. It's pretty boggy, this path. Oh, not very nice. Look at this. Ooh. So, it's got nothing on Neudarp bridges. Right, camera away again. Another wee scan of the view, and away. Right, time to say goodbye to another area. Well, can't even see Fisherfield anymore, but Fisherfield, Dundonald, Antellic. Thanks for the memories. I'll lose sight of you soon. That's where I'm going. A lot more snow. Oh, it's raining up there as well. So just going to cross over into, I don't know what the glen's called, but the loch's called Loch Broom, I'm pretty sure. And then what you do is you get a taxi from the bottom of the hill here up to Ullapool, because it's a trunk road. It's really dangerous to walk along the side. There's actually nowhere to walk next to the road, so it's advised that if you're going the Ullapool way, you get a taxi. And the other way is to go straight north, not to go to Ullapool at all. Some people do that. In terms of distance, it's a bit equivalent, because if you go to Ullapool, you need to walk back east from Ullapool to rejoin the other route, and it's about the same distance, so that's fine. And I think it's worth going to Ullapool because I want to go to a pub, to be quite honest. That's my dream. That's what I've been dreaming about. The pub in Kinlochie wasn't very good. No offence, but it wasn't really a pub, it was a restaurant. I wanted to get 2 or 3 pints, and so I just had a quiet dinner there. In Ullapool, hopefully I'll get into a pub. But I'm going to get there so early, I think I'll be able to get into a coffee shop this afternoon, which would be nice as well. There's me dreaming about food and drink again. A gate. I love gates. It means I'm going somewhere new. Oh, it's not even locked. Oh. It was quiet around here. So now I can see down into Loch Broom, I guess. It's been incredibly muddy here, it's horrible. I've seen quite a lot of flies. I've not seen many flies at all to speak of, all the way along the Cape Raft Trail this is day 9. I've seen more flies today than all the other days put together, that's for sure. I don't know if it's just because it's a massive bog I've just walked across. But let's see, there weren't bigger bogs in Knoydart right enough, but that was a bit minging over there. So I've only got about 3.5 kilometres to go, and then into a town. Look at all the lambs. Like, for every big sheep there's 2 lambs. It's quite something. I don't think I've seen so many little lambs with their mums. It's like a nursery field or something. It's just made me hungry. So, I didn't do a video at the end of yesterday when I got into Ullapool. It was all a bit rushed because I got down from the hill and basically I got to the road and immediately did get in the way of this car doing a U-turn in the junction, and I saw the young guy driving and I said, and he went, so he gave me a lift. So it was like instantly, as soon as I got down to the bit where people normally phone a taxi, I just got in a car and got driven to Ullapool, which was fantastic. So I got here about 1 and I thought, oh, where am I going? So I had a wee look at various websites and eventually I found this guest house, so it's been really nice. Ensuite, obviously, double bed. Couldn't sleep very well because it was too soft and warm, and I'm like that when I get home as well after a big long hike. I just can't sleep in a proper bed. But anyway, enough of that. So yesterday I couldn't even get in here till 4, so I had 3 hours to kill. So I was sitting about in a coffee shop, had a burger and chips in a coffee shop, which was a bit odd, and then went out later on, had a chippy and brought sandwiches back for supper, and I ate quite a lot, to be fair. And this place was like, it was like my rucksack exploded. I was trying to wash what I'd worn for the last 2 days in the sink and stuff, and eventually, and now I've got it all sorted out. So that was the end of what I consider the second of 3/3 of the trail from Oykel Bridge to Ullapool. Whereas the first phase over Noidart, that kind of swallows you, chews you up and spits you out at Oykel Bridge. This last quarter, this middle third, seems to be just a lot of walking. A lot of walking on track and road, and it just seems longer. Well, it is an extra day as well. It's just not as spectacular as Noidart, obviously. The hills start to spread out a bit, and I'm not quite sure what it's going to be like for the last quarter now. I think it's going to be fairly similar to the middle third. Did I say quarter again? Oh, my brain. Anyway, right. So that's the end of the middle third, and onwards into the next day, which is actually today. Right, morning, day 10, double figures, and we're setting off for the final third of the Cape Raft Trail, just passing Tynecastle, home of the Jambos. Bear no beer, I'm in real trouble. Right, so today's going to be really flat, it's going to be on track, hopefully it's going to be dry. Very quiet in Ullapool this morning. There was a cruise ship here yesterday. The place was absolutely heaving, and then it left and it was deserted, obviously, but some size of ship. Right, so today back into the fray, away from all the luxuries of a big town. Ullapool. It's a big town, isn't it? Well, it's got a Tesco. Not a very good Tesco. Couldn't get what I wanted really, but I've got enough food. I've perhaps even got enough food to finish the whole thing, but I've got enough for 4 nights certainly. And that should get me to the next shop, which is in Kinlochbervie. Don't know how I'm getting away from the Cape, but we'll talk about that later. There's Ullapool Harbour. It's not, it's a bunch of trees, isn't it? But yeah, I had a lot to eat yesterday, so stocked up on reserves. My hand's freezing holding this selfie stick. It's pretty cold. It might look, well, it is sunny. It's not hot, I mean it's not warm, and I have 26 kilometres to do today. As I say, mainly flat. I think it's all on track. There is one river that's not bridged and fairly deep, so I might even have to take my shoes off to cross that river. But then of course I risk cutting my feet or something, so not quite sure what I'm going to do at that river, but that's right near the end of where I want to get to today. There's the harbour. Right, let's crack on, get stuck into this final third. I'm going to walk the length of this glen. Oh, that looks a long way. Well, the maps don't lie, I suppose. I'm going to be looking at this same scenery for quite some time. This is the famous boathouse with the lovely cladding. Let's go have a look. Lovely cladding. Shame about that wall. Alright. Nice. Up ahead I see cows. Tractor. See that? See that fight? The farmer came out there. Obviously saw me as a threat to the cows. He's just protecting his stock. Just taking them out of harm's way, out of this hiker's route with sticks. A lot of calves. A lot of calves. There's more calves than adults. Oh, it's really, really cold. It's sunny, but and that's the end of the loch. What's that, a calf over there? There's a lone calf. That's strange. I don't know if there's any other cows round about. Wow. It definitely looks alone. Oh dear. This is a long road. It's just going on and on and on. Oh, a building. What's this then? This is about 10.5k into the hike today. Not quite sure what this is. Looks like it's undergoing some renovation. Looks like someone's house rather than a bothy or holiday cottage. East Ridorach. Oh, they've got a website. Wow. Where are we? We are 13.2 kilometers in today. Still travelling east inland from Ullapool. I think we should be turning a bit north soon. up into this glen. Imagine living out here, eh? Wow. This is remote. Oh, this doesn't look good. Looks like it's going to be pouring. It's very cold. I'm walking into the wind, walking north into some dark, heavy clouds. Crap. Oh, that was some downpour. A bit wet. There's a loch, don't know what it's called. I do know I'm up at about just under 300 metres altitude. Just under just under 1,000 feet. Can't see any more rain in the near future anyway. Just going to wait till work roofs are a bit dry already. I'll probably take them off soon. I'm expecting to see a bothy up here. I was going to dive into it if that rain persisted, but probably best staying out in the wind to dry off. Quite a low point here. Done. 17 kilometres down. 9 kilometres to do on my planned route for the day. It's not even lunchtime. It's 2 minutes to 12. So I'm also a bit worried about a river crossing. And it's right at the, well, in about 9 kilometres. So yeah, a bit of a wet day. Oh, I got over the river okay. The only bit of wetness I got was because I actually kicked the water by accident. I got wetter in the bog after it. Oh, God. Oh well. At least I didn't fall. Well, I almost fell in actually. Almost fell in, just saved myself a mistake. Yeah, it's not a complete disaster. So I've got just over 2 kilometres still to Schoolhouse Bothy. Probably going to go into that and assess what I'm doing, because that should be my end point for today, but it's going to be awfully early. Don't know what the weather's going to be doing either. It's been a very boggy day. There's the Schoolhouse Bothy in the distance. A car parked next to it. Medic! So I did go into the Schoolhouse Bothy. Took a bit of time taking all my socks off, taking all the tape that's just disintegrated with all the water today, taking it all off. Put my wet socks back on, and obviously I'm not staying there as planned because it's only 2:30 or something, so I can't stop now. Look to the map, it's only about 5 kilometres to Oykel Bridge. I'm going to go there. Maybe see if I can get food there. But the weird thing is, I was sitting there all by myself in this bothy. Hadn't seen a soul all day, honestly. Haven't seen anyone. I saw one, sorry, just going to contradict myself now. I saw 2 mountain bikers right near the start, right near Ullapool. Apart from that, no hikers. Then all of a sudden, who walks in but an old friend of mine. an old friend, Pete Sunnix, who's running Ullapool to Oykel Bridge with a big group of hill runners. I wonder if they're training for the Cape Wrath Ultra. But oh, it's really weird when you bump into someone you know out in the middle of nowhere. So that was bizarre. And then some hikers turned up at the same time. So the place got really busy, which kind of spoiled it for me. I was going to write something really obscene on the blackboard, of course, but my plan was foiled. I just left the blackboard. So yeah, I had time to have a Snickers and a Boost bar and finish my water, and I'm off again. So we'll see what Oykel Bridge has to offer, eh? I wonder if it'll be rude staff not offering anything, or will it be the other end of the spectrum, offering me a bed for the night and dinner and stuff. That would be good. So we'll see, won't we? I've not got high hopes, to be honest. So I'm assuming I don't stop at Oykel Bridge, because there won't be anywhere to pitch my tent there. I'll need to keep hiking another further at least 5 kilometres up the track to where it gets a bit woody. So there'll be places to pitch a tent up there. So I'm talking about adding at least another 10k to the day, which at half two isn't bad, is it? So hopefully I won't regret this decision, but we'll see. So there's Oykel Bridge. Don't know if that's the old one or the new one, because there's two. Looks pretty old to me.